Hello and welcome to Critical Update, your weekly breakdown of gaming's news with me, Josh from Robot Republic. Sit yourselves back, grab yourselves a cuppa and relax as we go through some of this week's gaming news. The words easy and From Software are very rarely seen in the same sentence, unless of course it is the player base and fans asking questions like why is this game not as accessible and why can this enemy not be slightly easier? And yet Elden Ring is probably going to be one of the biggest games to come out in 2022. Developed by From Software with a story co-written by Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin, many fans of the ball-bustingly hard Soulsborne games are counting down the days until January 2022 so that they can get completely and utterly wrecked in an open world. I know I am. As part of a Famitsu Dengeki stream event during Tokyo Game Show this week, fans were provided a brief update from Yasuhiro Kitao on the next open world project from the Dark Souls studio. The update gave us information including how the development team have made some minor gameplay elements into the game that may take the edge off some of the more brutal combat. Now, let's all be serious, this is a From Software game, and as such, easier is not by any stretch of the imagination going to mean easy. In fact, Kitao-san made it very clear that these elements would not actually make the game easy. His exact wording was that he would be lying if he said the game was actually going to be easy at all. However, players will be given a Raymer, or Ghost Horse, that will make traversing around the open world less of a slog, allowing players to tackle some of the larger enemies, such as dragons, on horseback rather than on your 2 feet. We were also given an update that the wonderfully popular stealth mechanic from Sekiro will be making a return, along with the Demon Souls backstab mechanic, so that players, when they enter dungeons, can tackle enemies in a more stealthy manner if they do not fancy taking on the hordes and horrible monsters head on. Kitao-san said that it was very likely players will also get lost while exploring the world, and as such, players will be given pieces of a map that will allow them to set objectives that will appear as pillars of lights to guide you to your destinations while you're exploring. However, players will need to find the map throughout the game as they will not just be given them for free. Which of these exciting updates are you most excited about or interested about exploring in Elden Ring? Let us know in the comments below. Last week, we reported that Sony Studios has completed its acquisition of Bluepoint, a studio that is famed for its amazing remakes from the Uncharted series to the Demon Souls remake for the PlayStation 5's launch. And this week, rumours seem to be pointing towards their next big project, a Bloodborne Remake. Yes, indeed. Fans of From Software's gothic and Lovecraftian-inspired soul-crushing game can start to get a little bit excited and optimistic at the prospect of a full PS5 remake of this beloved PS4 classic. And by beloved, obviously, we mean rage-inducing. This rumour is based on a tweet from Colin Moriarty, who is known for his PlayStation podcasts and his general understanding of narrative in the business. The tweet read, "I'm hearing through the grapevine, Bluepoint may be on a journey to Yharnam. For those not in the know, Yharnam is the gothic Victorian location for much of Bloodborne's main game, and this tweet has sparked a raft of fans of the game to wonder whether we may finally be getting a remake of such a brutal and beloved title. And after how they masterfully handled the Demon Souls remake, if these rumours are to be believed, then Bloodborne fans could be in for a real treat." Smash Bros. Ultimate has added a massive raft of characters to its roster since it released in 2018. In fact, over the course of the last 3 years, the roster of playable characters in the game has reached 82. And in what was the final Mr. Sakurai Presents livestream earlier this week, we got the reveal of the final character to be joining the fray in the Nintendo crossover fighter, because Sora has finally arrived. Yes, after years of fans asking, wondering and hoping if the spiky-haired, big-shoot protagonist from the Square Enix Disney love child will ever come to Smash, fans have got a definitive answer with a reveal trailer that was amazing if you are a fan of Smash or Kingdom Hearts. Sora comes not just with his Keyblade wielding self, but also a whole new stage, Hollow Bastion, which fans of the Kingdom Hearts series will recognise as one of the more important and central areas to all the games. And he also comes with 9 songs from across the Kingdom Hearts series. This edition, according to Mr. Sakurai, has been in the works for years, following fans requesting Sora in the Smash games since the 3DS and Wii U generation of Smash games came out. Here's hoping Sora lives up to the hype when he becomes available on October the 18th. And from us at Robot Republic, Mr. Sakurai, you've done an amazing job. Time to go get some rest, mate. Now, I'm going to level with everyone, I'm beginning to feel a bit old. A few weeks back we reported that Persona is turning 25, and as a result there is a huge load of stuff that Atlus are doing to celebrate that. However, this week Square Enix have also announced that they are planning something big for another one of their major franchises as well, because next year Kingdom Hearts turns 20. Yes, 20. Releasing in 2002 for the PlayStation 2, no one would have known that a Final Fantasy Disney crossover game about a boy with massive spiky hair, equally huge shoes, who battles ink blob monsters and darkness with an oversized key would have had such an impact and created such a fan base. And yet, here we are. Little is known about what the celebration will entail at this point, but with the sorts of things Square Enix has previously done for the likes of Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, I'm sure it's going to be exciting. We've already had a few reveals about the sorts of things that are going to be coming along with the 20th anniversary, because it has been confirmed this week that finally the entire Kingdom Hearts series will be coming to Nintendo Switch, including Kingdom Hearts 2.8 The Final Chapter Prologue, along with Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Remind DLC. While we still don't know when the games will release, we expect 1.5 and 2.5 Remix, along with 2.8 The Final Chapter Prologue, and 3 plus the Remind DLC to drop all at the same time, and it's very likely that they will be dropping either late 2021 or early 2022. It's not fair to say that over the last few years, Konami has seemingly been a lot more focused on pachinko machines and other ventures as opposed to its premium video game releases. In fact, the last new game the studio released was Metal Gear Survive back in 2018, and I think we all know how well that was not received. However, following the restructure at Konami earlier this year, the company is seemingly shifting focus away from its gambling machines and seems to be gearing up to actually release games that fans have been waiting for. This has been added to this week as there are rumours that none other than Hideo Kojima, the mind behind the original Metal Gear Solid games and the whole franchise, may be returning to work alongside Konami on a remake of a fan favourite Metal Gear Solid game, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. If the reports are to be believed, it comes as quite a shock, especially after the very public falling out that Kojima and his studio Kojima Productions had with Konami back in 2015. However, a tweet from just a few days ago suggests that Konami is in the process of developing Metal Gear Solid 3's remake and that Kojima is on board in a consultancy manner. Whether this is true is something we'll have to wait for. However, if Kojima and Konami have buried the proverbial pyramid head and can agree to work together on this, we might finally see development of some other titles that we've been waiting for. Possibly the Silent Hills game. Who knows? But be sure that Robot Republic will be reporting the second we know more. Since its launch as an early access game, Grounded has won over many gamers with its interesting merging of a survival game mixed in with the ideas of the films such as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And since its release, Obsidian Entertainment has been releasing small updates to improve the game and how it plays. However, earlier this year, Obsidian announced that they would be reducing the number of smaller updates in favour of larger, more meatier ones, the first of which is titled Hot and Hazy. This update will see players being able to unlock permanent stat upgrades through items called Milk Molars, a toothy vitamin that will allow players to boost health, stamina, thirst and hunger burn gauges, and active mutation numbers. To get these boosts, players only need to continue exploring the yard setting of the game, as they are apparently just strewn all over the place. along with the ability to upgrade weapons using a new smithing station. Coupled with this, players can explore 4 new areas or biomes. The crab sandbox, 3 guesses what you'll be combating there. The trash heap, because hey, who doesn't have a trash heap in their backyard? The picnic table and the black ant hill. Each of these areas will come with a set of new enemies and even some new mini bosses, similar to the horrifying Broodmother. And let's be serious now, hopefully these ones aren't as nightmare inducing. A test version of this update is available to players now. However, a full release date for the complete version is still to be announced. However, we imagine that will be very soon. Thanks for joining us for another critical update. If you enjoyed any of these stories, why not head over to robot-republic.com for more? And hey, while you're here, why not click on the little subscribe orb that's drifting around up here somewhere, and click that little bell icon down below so you get notified of when our new content and videos go up. Or perhaps you want something a bit more interesting, and therefore you might want to watch this little video here. It's our Phasmophobia Let's Play, which was released earlier this week. Or down here, you might want to watch the Bloodborne live streams on back catalogue, which feature me. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.